Good evening everyone. So I'm Dr. Akhila, Resident Medical Officer here. So today we'll just talk about something where how we are preparing you for Panchakarma. Basically we are just talking the preparation process which you undergo during Panchakarma. Okay. Before that, what do you know about Panchakarma? What is Panchakarma for you guys? Any idea? Anyone wants to say?
The release of toxins in the body that have been accumulated over time.
Exactly. Perfect. Anything else?
Cleaning of the body.
Yes.
And the mind. Yes.
Some?
Can't forget that one.
Sorry?
This is that Ayurveda.
I'm just talking about the preparation process of the
Oh.
Panchakarma.
So the question was, what was the question?
What is Panchakarma for you guys? What do you know about Panchakarma?
Vocal feeding. Okay. Holistic treatment.
Sorry?
Holistic treatment.
Yes. Okay. So Panchakarma basically, as words suggest, okay, Pancha meaning is 5, Karma is an action. Okay. Panchakarma is an internal purification through these 5 procedures. Okay. The 5 procedures which help you to do an internal purification. Okay. Now who should undergo Panchakarma and why should we undergo Panchakarma?
Pretty much everybody.
Pretty much everybody. Awesome. Perfect. That's the right answer. Anything else? So in Ayurveda, we have a shloka which goes as Swastasya swastha rakshanam and Aturasya vikara shamanam. Okay. Swastha basically means is someone who is healthy. Okay. Someone who is healthy, if they want to take care of their immunity or they want to take care of the health that they already have, has to undergo Panchakarma. Okay. And Aturasya vikara shamanam. Atura word suggests someone like a patient, right? Vikara means a disease. Okay. Someone who has a disease and wants to take care about that particular condition. In that case, they also have to undergo Panchakarma. In additional to that, Panchakarma is a pathway. If someone has to undergo rejuvenation, if they do Panchakarma and then do the rejuvenation, the effects are very faster and better. Okay. When I say Aturasya vikara shamanam, or basically someone who has a disease, Panchakarma itself isn't a treatment, but once we do the Panchakarma and whatever medications we give you after Panchakarma, the effect of that medicine is better when the Panchakarma is done. The medicines are absorbed better. Okay. That is why Panchakarma. Now the diseases are classified in a different way in the modern and as well as in Ayurveda. We classify diseases according to doshas, dhatus and in every ways. One of the way is Santarpana Janya Vyadhi and Apatarpana Janya Vyadhi. Okay. So Santarpana Janya Vyadhi basically means that something, a disease which is caused due to overconsumption. Okay. So basically your intake is more and output is less. Basically you're taking more than how much the body can process. Now whatever the disease caused due to that are the diseases which is caused due to overconsumption. Or in Ayurveda we say it is Santarpana Janya Vyadhi. Some of the examples are diabetes, increased cholesterol, increased uric acid, hypertension, lipids, all those things come under diseases due to overconsumption. Okay. And there is also Apatarpana Janya Vyadhi. Okay. Diseases which is caused due to underconsumption. Basically you are taking less than your body needs, right? Those could be iron deficiency anemia, dehydration, vitamin deficiencies. Now when you hear about both of these, which one do you think is difficult to treat? Exactly. Santarpana Janya Vyadhi. Okay. Because Santarpana Janya Vyadhi is caused due to overconsumption. It has a lifestyle attached to it. It has a deep rooted chronicity with it. It is quite difficult to treat compared to Apatarpana Janya Vyadhi, where we can supplement them. Okay. There is also, that is why Santarpana Janya Vyadhis are difficult to treat, and that is where the importance of Panchakarma comes to a play as well. So Panchakarma will help you to treat these diseases which is caused due to overconsumption. Okay. In Ayurveda, the body, the word for body is known as Sharira. Okay. So definition of body or Sharira in Ayurveda, it goes as Shiryate anena iti Sharira. Okay. Basically what it means is something which is dying. Okay. So in
Something which is dying.
Exactly. Our body is something which is dying all the time. Something in our body is dying continuously. Okay. But due to our food or the lifestyle, this dying process is not happening smoothly. Instead, we are accumulating. Okay. We are accumulating these toxins, which might end up as ama or which might end up as diseases due to overconsumption. Okay. Now in Ayurveda, we treat diseases in different way. One is known as Shodhana and another one is known as Shamana. There are two lines of management. Basically, Shamana line of management is all these meditations that we give you or all the exercise that we suggest, all the fastings and everything comes under the Shamana line of management, and the Shodhana line of management is basically the Panchakarma. So basically, if a cloth is dirty and we just dust it off, that is Shamana. And we are putting it in a power laundry, now that is known as Shodhana and that is Panchakarma. These are the two line of management, and why we have both is because for some people it is contraindicated, the Panchakarma. You need to have that energy to undergo Panchakarma as well. In that case, we choose Shodhana line of management. Otherwise, the best line of management is doing it together. Doing Panchakarma and also the Shamana with it. Okay. Now, once all this is done, to start the Panchakarma, we have to understand you. Okay, we have to take your history, we have to understand your doshas, we have to understand your prakriti, we have to understand your vikriti. After understanding all this, then we start the Panchakarma. Okay, to start Panchakarma, it has 3 steps: Purva Karma, Pradhana Karma, Paschat Karma. Okay, Purva Karma is nothing but preparing you for Panchakarma. Okay, the preparation, whatever it goes. Pradhana Karma is Panchakarma itself, and Paschat Karma is the aftercare that we give you. Okay, now that I've told you the doshas, prakritis and vikritis, I'm sure you guys are hearing that a lot here, but what is it for you guys? What do you know about doshas? What is dosha for you guys?
You understand?
Yeah? Okay.
You see me, you say what
Yes. To an extent, you can see. Anything else?
They correspond to the elements in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pitta is fire,
Mm-hmm.
Vata is wind or air,
Yes.
and Kapha is the earth. So these
Yes.
elements regulate our system emotionally and physically, and therefore our behavior. Prakriti is our basic blueprint, what we're born with.
Mm-hmm.
We have dominance of 1 or 2 or 3 of these doshas,
Mm-hmm.
which sort of like in Western would be your personality or your character. You're born with it.
Mm-hmm.
It stays. Yeah, that's what I know.
Yes, that is perfect. So doshas are something which is present in our body. Okay, we have 3 doshas: Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Okay, and write it down. Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Okay, we have all these 3 in our body, and we need all these 3 for us to survive, for us to function. Okay, now Vata is mostly a wind element. Okay, when I say wind, you can imagine that is air, lighter, moving. Exactly. So all kind of movement that we are having in our body is due to Vata. Okay, and all kind of movement that can happen in our mind is also due to Vata. Me being able to talk is Vata. Me being able to move my hand is due to Vata. me being able to pass urine, stools, and everything comes under Vata. Okay, so Vata is dry in nature, it is lighter in nature, and everything movement is Vata. Okay.
Thoughts as well, no?
Thoughts as well. Okay. Next is Pitta. Okay. A Pitta is a fire element. Where do we see fire in a body? Gastric juices. Okay. So Pitta is a fire element. So as it is responsible for the good digestion. Okay. So in thought wise, Pitta is mostly bravery or anger. Everything comes under Pitta. Okay. Did you ask anything? No. Okay. Sorry. So that is Pitta. Last one is Kapha. Kapha is a water element. Okay. That is responsible for the structure of a body and also the synovial fluid that we have in our body. Okay. That is Kapha. Okay. Now one person has something called as Prakriti and something called as Vikriti. Okay. Prakriti, as she told, it is basically a default setting for your system. Okay. One which you're born with, which is your setting. And the Vikriti is something that has happened to you. Okay. Exactly. Imbalances.
Like trauma? Like trauma?
Trauma, we can't say it that way. For example, one of the easiest examples we can give is someone who has kapha. Someone who has more kapha in a body. Now my Prakriti is kapha, who has a normal digestion, who likes sweet, rarely getting the acid burning sensation. Now I start smoking, let's say 20 cigarettes a day, right? Now it is natural for me to have the burning sensation here. Me having the epigastric region burning, burps and everything. Now my Prakriti is kapha. Okay, now Vikriti is pitta. Okay, something that has happened due to my lifestyle. Okay, now what we are going to treat is your Vikriti. Trying to get it back to balance. Okay, doshas are never in balance in the sense Vata, Pitta, Kapha, they all three are in equal, it's almost never. Okay, so when we say your Prakriti could be more of Pitta, Kapha, that means that naturally you have little more Pitta with Kapha. And also Vata is in you for sure, but still these are more dominant in you. Okay, so Vata kind of person usually be lean. These are general, not very specific, but generally very lean, someone who understands things very fast, also forgets things very fast, very inconsistent, very in hurry-burry kind of person is mostly Vata predominant. A Pitta predominant person is someone who is in normalcy, he is very brave, very enthusiastic, ready to put work above the health kind of person. Mostly fair skin, easily getting pimples, easily graying hair, all those things are Pitta. But when it becomes imbalance, anger, not being able to control the emotions, having burning sensation in the abdomen, all those comes under Pitta. The Kapha kind of person is mostly grounded. Okay, maybe he is slow to grasp things, but when he grasps, he has it in his mind for longer duration, like sweet, slightly bulky. But when it becomes imbalanced, it is easier for the person to become cornered or become depressed or become lazy. Okay, these are the three doshas and Prakritis and Vikritis. We try to understand what is your Prakriti, what is your Vikriti. According to your condition, one of the Panchakarma is given. Okay? Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Let's assume I have my hair, full hair, until I was 30, and then I lost my hair. This is now Prakriti or Vikriti?
You mean the hair?
My hair,
Oh, okay.
let's assume, as an example.
It can happen due to both.
So it's Prakriti or Vikriti?
It could be both.
Both.
Okay, so someone who has more of Pitta, okay, naturally we have to take care of Pitta. In case you haven't taken care of it, it is easier for you to lose that hair, easier for you to have that grey hair. Okay, now your Prakriti would suggest that you might have this. Okay, now it's your duty is to take care of that. Now if you haven't done it, due to Prakriti it might have gone that way. Or also maybe other reasons could have caused as well. One of those.
Okay.
Okay. So once you're here, there are this first 3 to 5 or 7 days of preparation that we do according to you and according to your condition. Depends on how your health is. We start with the external therapies. Okay. Once a person is here, we are always, most of us have the different kind of lifestyle, different kind of food. which is mostly like we are in the edge of the burnout, lot of stiffness in the body. So usually we start with massage and some dry treatments, the dry powder potlis, dry dharas. Okay, what it does is basically improves the blood circulation and also improves the lymphatic system. Okay, throwing out as much as toxins as out with the help of sweat. Okay, and this will also mark the start for the journey. Okay, so we start with a massage and also the dry treatments. Once that is done, we go for the internal. So basically we give you some medicine for the first 3 days, which are not very tasty for sure. Basically why it is to improve your metabolism. Due to our fooding system, naturally our metabolism is on the lower side, or we have lot of undigested food, we can say. So remove that out, and this 3 days will also allow the doctor to understand your body type. Okay, so the food is given, medicine is given, hot potency medicine is given, and also the food that you get here is something which is comparatively easier to digest. Okay, depending upon you, either you are going to buffet or someone is serving you according to your needs. So basically we are trying to give you the food which can be digested within the 3 hours. Okay, and once that is done, we go to the Panchakarma. Okay, anyone wants to say what are the 5 Panchakarmas? So this preparation hardly takes 5 to 7 days, and then we can start with the Panchakarma, which is basically Vamana, Vasti, Nasya. Okay, so to excrete, okay, we have anal region where we pass urine, and one of the biggest excretory system is our skin. Okay, with that we also have nose and mouth. Okay, when I say nose and mouth as an excretory organ, basically in case we inhale something which is not good for our body, we sneeze and remove it out, or in case we have something which is not good for our body, we vomit it out. Okay, for Panchakarma we use 4. Okay, the mouth, anal region, nose and skin. Okay, Vamana is basically a vomiting therapy. Okay, now these are done in 2 ways, one with Snehapana or one without Snehapana. Okay, now Snehapana is another preparation for Panchakarma where we are giving you ghee. Okay, ghee, a certain quantity of the ghee which increases day by day. Okay, now what this ghee does is it improves a cellular level metabolism. Okay, it improves the cellular level metabolism, throws out the toxins, we get it together, and one day we vomit it out. Okay, that is Vamana. Okay, these are done for the diseases which is due to a kapha imbalance. Could be some sort of skin diseases, could be the respiratory disturbances, anything where you have more of kapha, we do Vamana. Virechana is done for the pitta kind of diseases, basically the gastritis or any liver related diseases, again the skin diseases which is mostly predominant with pitta. Okay, in that case we do Virechana, where we also can do with the ghee or without ghee. A certain days of ghee is done and you purge, basically you pass stools that whole day. Okay, the next one is Vasti. Vasti is an enema line of management. So basically our large intestine is where the most absorption happens. Okay, in Vasti line of management, a medicated oil and medicated decoction alternatively given through anal route, which manages Vata. Okay, now the Nasya is a nasal, basically any diseases which is caused above clavicle. Okay, we do Nasya, the nasal instillation, the medications which is instilled through nasal route. We say the Nasa is Shiroso Dwara, basically nose is the only way to brain. So it has that kind of efficacy where any kind of headache, migraine, cervical issues, we do Nasya. Rakta Mokshana is done again in the controlled manner where we do a bloodletting. Okay, two types, either we do it with the needle or with the leech. Okay, depending upon the condition where we say that the blood is vitiated. Okay, that are these 5 Panchakarma. Once Panchakarma is done, certain days we have to do a aftercare, because once Panchakarma is done, your body becomes sensitive. So certain days of rejuvenation where we do a rejuvenation kind of therapy, and also a lighter food is given. Okay. Once that is done, your Panchakarma is done for that. Any doubts that we can discuss?
What is the leech?
Leech is basically a medicated, the leech that we have here. So any blood related issues, basically let's say a varicose vein, okay, where the veins are not pushing the blood up and it is stagnated in one area. In that case, we do a leech where leech sucks out that stagnated blood. Okay, and also the leech has pyridine in its mouth. It's a kind of chemical which does the blood circulation better.
Is this an
So what are the age recommendations for Panchakarma?
It is more than age, it depends upon the kind of strength you have, mental and physical, both.
So even a young person or a very old person could do
We
it.
can do it. Depending upon the strength they have. As you guys know, this all the 5 Panchakarmas are not very pleasant when you are undergoing it. Later on, what is when you might feel better. So Panchakarma is basically like that, the pot is dirty, you're just cleaning it. And the result is where you get it later. So the process itself isn't great, but if you have that energy or the bala, we say, in that case we do.
Is there also a recommendation of frequency, like with modern life has so many toxins in food, environment and other things? So what do you see in your practice and what do you recommend ideally?
Usually, in case we say that you are a healthy individual, where we say we don't see that this dosha has to come out, in that case once a year. Okay. Again, depending upon what doshas, according to the environment. Naturally, during the spring season, our body has more of kapha. So Vamana is recommended during that spring season. Okay. Naturally, winter season, where the pitta is naturally high, so Virechana is recommended in that season. And the rainy season, in that area, the vata is more, so Vasti is recommended. Okay, in that way. According to the season, but mostly once a year is something which is more recommended in case you're healthy.
I also understood from a master class that I took to answer that question, because I had this difficulty going back home, is was to adopt habits, eating habits, and and other practices such as meditation, yoga, and pranayama at certain periods of the day. So dinacharya and ritucharya, these 2 elements were very strongly stressed in that class as a way for us to be autonomous and to go back home and continue upkeeping our health in that.
Yes, that's true. So basically we call these doshas as doshas. Dosha basically is because it is very easily vitiated. They are never stable. According to the season it varies. According to the day it varies. So naturally early morning your body has a little more kapha. That is why if you have runny nose and all those things, it is shown a little more. Pitta is that mid area, when the afternoon area. So naturally in that time, if you have that pitta kind of symptoms, it will be little more. Night or the evening and night, the vata is more. Naturally, whatever pains you have, it is slightly more. According to the age as well, the early age till teenage, naturally the baby has more kapha. And the pitta age is where from teenage to let's say late 40s or 50s, where you have that pitta more, where you are ready to put yourself more than your health. Okay. And later on is the vata area where your skin becomes dry, you want to take a rest, the stools are dry, all those things. That is a vata kind of age.
So how can we actually learn to become aware of those movements inside, to suddenly realize, oh, my pitta is very high in this moment. Maybe I should be avoiding certain foods
Exactly.
or meditating a bit more or whatever. How do you become more aware?
Depending upon how your body reacts, basically. In case naturally you know that I am more of pitta, it's better for you to avoid more spicy, more citrusy food. You know that you have more kapha. Better to avoid the sweet food. Better to avoid sugar for a lot. Naturally, you know that you have vata more. So try to include little bit of any unctuous, maybe ghee or something in your food to keep your vata under control. That kind.
And do they change? Like if somebody has one that so when you take it, so it balances out. So then it can become kapha. I mean,
Yeah, that is basically what is prakriti and vikriti. That keeps on, depending upon your condition. Yes.
Why I'm so tired? I'm so tired. I slept all day yesterday and today. Like I did the yoga and after breakfast, then I went back. And I just feel like I want to lie down. Then after my middle, the major treatment, and after that I went back and then I slept again. And now I'm tired.
You're tired, is it? So one, yeah.
I don't see people tired when only me.
Yes, I mean, as you go through this process, there are days when you feel like that, there are days when you feel energetic. It's just part of
Yeah. It's just ups and
Today is
downs.
already, I'm so tired, and you can see how tired I am.
I know. It
Yeah.
depends
Maybe
on.
it's coming out.
So
The
that's-
fatigue you had that you're maybe not more aware of. Maybe it's coming out.
That's
It's up and out.
normal.
You don't have to worry. It
No.
I
happens.
just feel like, oh my God, I just want to sleep.
Please have food and sleep. But one of the things that we say is usually when the toxins are present in your body for a very long duration, it becomes a part of you. Okay. When it goes out, it feels like something has gone out of the body, and that is when you feel that weakness. And it usually happens after the big enemas. Okay. So.
it's good also, right? Because your body is getting relaxed.
Yeah, but this we are so tired. Right? But even though now I just feel like I want to. Just so tired.
I know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll just talk to Dr. Harsha. I'll inform her about it.
Okay.
Have your dinner. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Thank you so much. You can
Just a question. What is a person who is three dosha? I heard that. So is
three
it?
doshas. As I told, we have all the three doshas.
Yeah.
Okay. What you might have heard is that all your three doshas are imbalanced.
Okay.
Okay, now we have to take care of all the three doshas in your body because all the three seems to be in imbalance, not in the normalcy. All the doshas have their own symptoms, and all the three symptoms, that is what we can see in you. And now we have to take care of all the doshas in you.
Okay.
That is the chances.
How do you read them?
Nowadays, it happens with a lot of practice actually. With a lot of practice in these three fingers where we understand the kind of pulse you have and where it is pulsating more and the rhythm, the volume and everything combined and understand your dosha.
Is that similar to what the Chinese do? Does the Chinese do the same thing? And
No.
what is that? What is
Never
that?
use
Chinese,
Use the pulse as well.
they do.
Yes, they use the pulse as well.
I don't know what they, I don't
I
remember
never
what they
knew
do.
that.
I did acupuncture treatment back in San Francisco, and my acupuncturist always checks the pulse, and he's able to tell what's going on, like literally one pattern.
Oh.
It's pretty incredible. Yeah.
Oh, acupuncture.
Maybe there's some-
So just
Yeah,
with
the
the
tongue.
pulse, just with the pulse, you can feel the doshas?
Yes,
Yeah.
to an extent, yes, with the maximum practice. Again, the pulse keeps changing throughout the days as well. Like soon after you have food, naturally the pitta pulse is what we get more because the pitta is more in your body. So according to how your body is, we get understand your pulse.
So when your blood pressure is low, so what is
Do we understand with your pulse?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Blood pressure is low. It's basically your heart is not pumping enough blood and the pulse will be less. And for that, we don't have to do Vata Pitta Kapha, but we understand that we are not getting enough pulse in you. Sherry slept.
How long did it take the test to, how long did it take the test?
It depends upon every doctor actually. For some people, they might take up to 3 to 4 minutes. Someone might understand within 2 minutes. Depends. Depends on the kind of practice and the experience that they have. Okay then, it was great, you guys. Thank you so much.
There's a movie I want to recommend that you guys watch. It's incredible. It's on YouTube. It's a documentary. It was on YouTube. It's called The Art of Being. And it's a documentary on Ayurveda. And the cameras went into the jungle. They met the masters of Ayurveda. It's an incredible movie.
Is it on
I
this
recommend.
subject?
Yes, it's all on Ayurveda in every sense of the word.
What's the name of it?
The Art of Being. Art of Being.
Or being.
Yeah. If it's not on YouTube anymore, it might be on Vimeo. I think it used to be free. I don't know if it is anymore. It's an incredible movie.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I would love to have more.